Hi friends, welcome to English Study Point. Today in this video lecture I am going to discuss a short story by Nathaniel Hawthorne titled as Rappaccini's Daughter. This particular short story was set in 18th century in a place called Italy. It begins with the arrival of a young scholar whose name is Giovanni Guasconti in the city of Padua. Giovanni, after coming here, he is more attracted towards beautiful garden that adorns nearby houses. Here he is drawn towards these beautiful garden which makes houses near him more beautiful. And here he is specifically talking about strange as well as exotic plants that grow here, and these types of plants enhances house beauty more or to a great extent. The garden is owned by renowned scientist whose name is Dr. Giacomo Rappaccini. Giovanni becomes infatuated with the beautiful young woman. Here he becomes so much fascinated with beautiful woman who is present there in the garden, and she turns out to be Rappaccini's daughter, and her name is Beatrice. At this phase we come to know that Giovanni is so much intrigued by her beauty and is determined to meet her and wants to approach her, as because he is very much mesmerized by her beauty and he wants to meet her at any cost. In order to meet her, he accidentally destroys Rappaccini's prized plants, and Beatrice is horrified, believing it to be a deliberate act. When Giovanni accidentally destroys Beatrice's father's prize plants, she means Beatrice at this time considers this act of Giovanni as a deliberate act, means a thing which is intentionally done. Here he likes to spend more time with her, which means there is an awkward encounter. Giovanni continues to be drawn to Beatrice and wants to stay with her for a long time in order to know her well. Beatrice informs Giovanni that she has been raised in the midst of poisonous plants, and those who touch her, their life is in totally is in danger. Here, this girl or this young woman try to make Giovanni understand about her reality, about experiment that her own father performed upon her. Means her here means Beatrice. That she tries to make Giovanni understand that whosoever comes around her, that their life is in totally danger. This thing she is trying to make understand to Giovanni. Now here we meet another character who is part of the story, and his name is Professor Baglioni. He reveals to Giovanni that Rappaccini sees his daughter as an experiment and has used her to test the effects of poisonous plants. What he is trying to do is that here he is making endeavors to warn Giovanni of Rappaccini's dangerous ambitions. Despite these revelations, Giovanni is unwilling to see Beatrice as anything other than a victim and continues his relationship with her. We see Giovanni's personality here, that he tried to show sympathy on Beatrice and consider her as a victim of her father's experiment. Giovanni directly experiences her toxic touch. He begins to feel the ill effects of her poison, and he is becoming weak and sick. It means his health at this point, when he came in contact with Beatrice, at this point his health starts deteriorating. Giovanni, when his health starts deteriorating, he starts to question the morality of Rappaccini's experiments. So, this thing prompts Giovanni to demand answers from Rappaccini, who perform his why he performed his experiment on Beatrice and acknowledges her poisonous nature. Giovanni confronts Beatrice with this information. This information here means that she carries poisonous nature as a result of her father's experiment that is performed upon her, or that is tested upon her. She here he first of all, Giovanni wants to make her realize that he knows actual truth about her, and when she comes to know that Giovanni already knows about her truth, then she breaks down in despair, means sadness, revealing her loneliness and anguish. Anguish means pain over her inherent nature. Inherent means ingrained nature that is already present there in her from her birth. She pleads with Giovanni to embrace her even in state of poisonous nature and assures him that their love can transcend these barriers. So, first of all, she pleads Giovanni to love her even in so many imperfections are there in her. And if he accepts her in this state, then their love can excel all types of barriers. They resolve to drink an antidote together. Antidote is a medicine given to counteract a particular poison which Rappaccini unknowingly provides. But just as they consummate their love, Baglioni rushes in and reveals that the antidote was actually a lethal poison. Lethal means fatal, जो कि घातक होता है. Beatrice dies in Giovanni's arms, and Giovanni himself succumbs to the poison. So, actions of Rappaccini and Giovanni illustrate the dangers of human ambition and the perils of playing with nature. This story also highlights the dangers of unchecked scientific pursuit and the potential for both beauty and destruction to coexist in the natural world. Then with this video lecture ends here. Hope this video lecture will help you in your UGC NET English Literature exams. Thank you.